Good afternoon, all. On behalf of IoT Academy, we welcome you all for the fifth session of Nation Level Faculty Development Program on the fundamentals of research and research methodology. Let me introduce the research person of today's session, Dr. Sadhna Bakshi. Dr. Sadhna Bakshi is currently working as Assistant Professor of Commerce and Management, ITM University, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Her qualifications include MCom, MBA, CGSCT in Commerce, ICWA Intermediate, and PhD. She has more than 16 years of experience in teaching. She has to her credit 2 patents and 1 book titled Behavioral Finance, published in the year 2022. She has participated and has organized numerous webinars, seminars, FBPs, national and international conferences. She has attended numerous workshops on how to write a good research paper, techniques of research report writing, and research methodology. Dr. Sadhna was awarded with Stalwart of ITM Growth, Certificate of Merit for Research Paper Presentation, Best Helping Hand, and Most Knowledgeable Faculty Awards. She is the member of Peer Review Center and Editor-in-Chief for national and international journals. She is also the member of Indian Commerce Association, Executive Member of Research Foundation of India, and Coordinator of Students Wing in Chhattisgarh. We welcome you, ma'am, and with this, we hand over the session to Dr. Sadhna. Ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, and welcome you all in this session. A very warm good afternoon to all the participants and the dignitary present over here. Okay, so today my topic of the session is how to write a good research paper. Everything for a good research paper, it required a dedication. So today is very spacious and the special day for the women's, that is Karwa Chauth. All we are celebrating the festival Karwa Chauth. These festival, Karwa Chauth, that is, it teach us how to be determined and get the what we require, what we need, and what our determination. So determinations and these things you can learn by the festival. Our festivals are so many festivals teach us how we are going to be determined, and after the determination of that anything, you can get anything that you want. That is important. So that is today very happy Karwa Chauth to all the women's present over here. Today I am going to take your topics. These things I am going to be covered in my session. As this first things that is I'm going to be discussed with you is your article is publication ready. Everyone is writing the paper, writing the research work, and everyone involved in the writing, but is your article is publication ready? That is very important to know. Second, do you which type of your article? Do you know which your article fall in this which type of category? Because you are writing a paper, but you not know about your article which fall in the which type of category. So we are going to be discuss in this session. Do you choose a correct journal? That is your answer. You are approaching to a correct journal, then your publications will be fulfilled. Otherwise, you got rejected from that journal. Then, if you select a correct journal, then according to the journal, are you designer or able to design your paper? Decide the author and the co-author, that is sequence of the author and co-author, and how the role of similarity index play in your selection of the paper in the particular reputed journal or any reputed journal in the Scopus website on a Google or UGC care. Citation and reference, what is the role in the research paper, and what is the conceptual design that can play an important role in the paper. Okay, so let's move to the first thing. That is your article is this one thing is not showing. Yeah, is article is publications ready? What the things is required that is article to be publication ready? These are the features you should have in your article. whose thing is your article is unique. What is the uniqueness you can you're supposed to be get from your article? That your article is something that is fulfilling a gap that previous author are doing research in that particular field, that you must add some uniqueness by this. So is your topic is unique. Just example, for example, if I'm taking a research on the, I'm taking any writing an article on the forensic audit, on the forensic science. These are the or the blockchain technology or the fintech involvement of the fintech. These are the hot. These are the hot topics in today's scenarios. Everyone writing on these topic are because today in the after the COVID, these are the things that is the most popular nowadays. So you should have select a topic that is not primitive nowadays. It's already traditional. Don't pick up the any traditional topic that already many author wrote on so many articles on that particular. So did not find any gap onto that your article can fulfill. So find out the just an example in the marketing field, you can write your paper on the green marketing. In the field of finance, you can write a paper in the behavioral aspect, how the behavioral aspect playing the role in the take that financial decisions. These type of even you can select the any topic that is can be multidisciplinary. Means not stick to the only the marketing. You can take the topic as it is multidisciplinary. Some sort of the finance and marketing also, or the finance or HR or the finance. Anything you can. According to your subject area, you can select a hot topic that is relevant for the current scenario. Then is your paper is gone through with the systematic SLR, means systematic literature review. Without systematic literature review, you can't be able to a paper that could be a publication ready. For the publication ready, every author should be gone through with the systematic literature review. Have you heard or have you gone through? Please be active in the this session. Then I could get the answer. It help me to deliver more useful that can be useful for all of you. Hello. Is anyone can answer what is the SLR you can do in the SLR? Nowadays you can see the so many research paper that is on based on the review. Basically they are reviewing, someone doing the bibliometric analysis, or these paper are highly acceptable in all the reputed journal. So do you know all this? This is all based on the SLR. So all your articles that you writing, and for the because your approach is to for the publications. So this your article is gone through with the SLR. So you should have the systematic literature review in your paper. That means your you should know about the origin, when this topic topic are started, what is the origin, and how the different author added on this particular topic, then add up to this. Means SLR can be, you can write in the storytelling format. In this way, this type of SLR is well accepted in every reputed journal. Then your article is, if your article is able to provide a solution of any current problem, then your paper will be well accepted in any reputed journal. Means solution providing articles are well accepted. Now your finding is your finding is verified, because every authors are writing are indulge in the writing, but they are not bother about the to verification of the findings. So if you find in your article, you have verified in the, because your research result is generalized. So is before generalizing that result, that finding should be verified. How would you verify? Verified by the literature review. The findings of the other author, that is they are doing on the same particular topic. So how your findings are deviate from that. So that is finding is verified, must be verified. Author have the appropriate control over the topic. Means your topic, if you are stick to a topic, then how you are approaching entire paper in and stick to, and all the things are be bounded around your topic only. You are not be you are something not be beyond the topic only. That's the all the things that is from the, if I'm asking, telling you about the introduction, then the literature, then the and then the objective, then hypotheses, then data analysis and finding, conclusion, everything will be bind towards your topic only. And that this author have the appropriate control on their topic. Then you, if you are able to control any topic, then you pick that topic. If you don't have the much knowledge about anything, yeah, so first go through with the literature review, got the some knowledge, sound knowledge on that topic, then you start writing, then you find that it could help you to write a good research paper. And every research paper, that is, if it is going, you are sending for a or forwarding for the publication, it should have the implications. If your finding has don't be implication, what is it is implication means it is able to be implied for the general people or for the society. Means implication part is must in your paper, and accurate title according to your title must be signify the your study. So you should have those appropriate topic titles. I am going to give the some examples how it is helpful for you. Okay, let's move to know your article. Your articles are your research work belongs to the belongs maybe original research, rapid communications, review article, case study, methodology, or the empirical study. You should know first know what your which type of article you are writing or you are able to going to be write. What now I'm telling you one by one what is the meaning of the original research. If anyone able to explain, able to put some insight about the original research, please unmute yourself and give me answer. Ashwin Kumar raising head. Are you want to say something? Okay. Otherwise, I'm proceeding. Okay. The original research. First is the original research. This is the most common and the popular type of journal writing, and is also known as original article, research article, or article based on what is your journal type. The original research format is helpful in different types of study, including writing a full introduction, methods, result, and discussion section in your paper. That is original research. Now coming to the next one, that is the rapid communication. What is the rapid communication? Rapid communication help editors to find an interesting paper that would interest many researchers and may help them to stimulate research in that particular field. These rapid communication are published after the submission of a journal so that the format will be, these rapid communication are published after the submission of a paper. When you submit a paper to a particular journal, the editor will provide you a format. On the basis of that format, you have to be prepare a paper on particular format and submit the paper on that particular format. So that is the rapid communication, because rapid, when the paper is selected, that it is then when paper will selected, when it has the all the category, all your paper is interesting, your topic is unique, your topic is problem solving, then your paper got be selected by the editor. Then the format that provided by the editor has strict instruction regarding how you are going to be subject, abstract, how you are going to be select the keywords, how you are going to be introduced, how, and even the word limit also restricted. Introduction should be 200 words. Your abstract are not more than the 100 words. This type of this is the rapid communication. Means when you submitted a paper, then editor will provide a format, and according to you prepare your article. That is rapid communication. Now come to the third category, that is review articles. Review articles help in offering a complete summary of research on a certain topics and its vision on how it is affecting our state. These type of manufacturing is often written by a leader who is an expert in the field of study. Let's say, take an example. If you are doing a research in the field of behavioral science, then you are able to write the review article on that because your whole thesis. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody have any queries? Then Shamla?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You can continue, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So these type of review articles, when your thesis are basically based on in a particular type of particular area, then you are the on the or the leader on that field. So then before writing a paper, you write a review paper, review articles. Review articles may be in the literature review also, that is part of the SLR, and bibliometric analysis you can also do on the review articles. So that is review article is the one thing. In the primary stage of learning, you can write this type of paper. Then come to the methodology and the method. This type of study, this article are used or written to the experiment with the new method. Test and procedure to present a new experimental method, test or procedure. Let's say an example in the hospital management section or anything when someone are experimentally giving the something on the basic of that experiment they collect the data and on the basis of they writing a research paper. So these type of things are fall in this category. Means if your research paper is based on the research test procedure and category methodology and the method. Here you can in a paper you have to give the complete descriptions of each type of test you are conducting for collecting the data and who will be your respondent, what are the research area, time of the research, means time period, you are going to collect the data from 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 1 month, whatever that is. So methodology and the methods, and the next is a case study. Nowadays it is very popular among the author because most of the reputed journal asking for the case study. What is the case study article is this? This article help us to knowing about our report on in a particular instance. Let's see any type of incidents happen in anywhere or in take an example that is Indigo Airlines. One time in one flight, Indigo have some misbehavior with their that is passenger. That case study you can take and why because all the air hostess are very humble for client and the passenger. So how it is happened? So if you taken any incident, so you have to be gone before the incident happened. Before what is happened, that is incident. Matlab pre-study of that is what is you have to be collect the data, collect the take the interview from the others. Ki why it has happened and try to explore the things. Ki why this happened on and afterward means after the incident, what are the consequences are happened on the Indigo, this type of things you can take and write a case study. So many incidents are happening in the marketing field, HR field, and finance field. You can take any incident or you can write a case study on the basis of this. So these are the basically your article fall in this category. Then the last one is the empirical study. Empirical study is if your data is conceptual based, means you have the some insight or some information about the relationship between the variables, independent variable and dependent variables, or you want to be assess or evaluate their relationship whether by introducing any moderating variables or introducing any mediating variables. Then these type of studies are fall in the category of the empirical study, or if you are introducing the new independent variable in the particular models, or you want to study, want to know the impact of that by introduction of that particular independent variables, what it impacted, how it is impacted the dependent variable. So in this type of means all model is already exist in by or used by the some author, or you are what you are going, you are introducing a moderating variables or you are introducing a mitigating variables, and want to know the relationship is any by introduction of this moderating and mitigating variables, is the relationship between the independent variable and dependent variable are changed, or the no effect you can see, you see no effect. So that is empirical study. So is basically here you have to be go to the what is the variable, do first factor analysis, you have to be do the which factors are responsible or are your part of independent variables, then summarize this factor to come out with a variable independent variables 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and on the basis of that you can conduct the empirical study. So your article may be fall on this category. So know your article first. That is, now come to the design your paper. For designing your paper, the perfect article already, perfect title should have, means the title itself tells the editor what type of study or what the methodology you are going to be opt in your study. That is a title, means title itself tell the editor to everything. So now the first thing is the title. Second is the abstract. Your abstract is that thing you are summarizing your whole research in the abstract. Means the what your research is primary or the secondary, data are collected from where, who are your respondents, and what the analysis, what are the tools and techniques are used here for the to analyze the data, which software you are using in the to analyze SPS software, Gerato, whatever you are using, that is all things are to be summarized in the abstract, because whenever you send any articles, the abstract are sent first, and abstract are written always be in the structured format. Structural means detailed format, means introduction, then about the that is about your research design, your analysis and the finding. You should have all those things in your abstract, because editor are firstly read your abstract according to they make their opinion about the author key, what these articles are going to be select on that particular paper or not. So that is abstract. And then keywords. Keyword must be very unique and very significant for your study. The keyword selection of keywords, it depends upon the author how you select keywords. Then come to the introduction. Introduction always be start not introduction always be start with the history of that particular, means in your introduction the history of that particular topic must be mentioned, or who was the author that contributed to start that particular things. That is, you should have in your introduction. Or introduction part is very important, because in the most of the writing, introduction are caught in the plagiarism in issues. So mostly the most of the citation, your introduction have the proper citation in the proper format. Means if your editor is asking in the MLA format, you should have your citation in the MLA format. If your editor is asking about the APA or the Chicago, you should have the citation in particular format only. So that is, introduction is very important, because here is the most, if you are not take the proper care about to write in the introduction part, it got in the plagiarism. Now the methods, how you are going to be your data is that is your method of research you are going to be opt, that is result, then discussion and conclusion, acknowledgement and ethical statement. That I'm showing is a citation and referencing. If you are taking anything from any previous study from your LR, because you are doing a lot of rigorous LR, or you find something about the study and you should give the acknowledgement to that particular author by giving the citations and include in your reference also. So acknowledgement and the ethical statement is very important for you to design your paper, because if your paper is more than 10% similarity index, that is it is not considered good. Although you should always be try to be put the similarity index below than 10%. Then implication, as I told earlier, implication is very important for every study, because if I am writing a paper on the basis how the behavioral biases are impacted the investment decision of individual investor, then how the study are helpful for the individual investor. The individual investor take an idea that these are the behavioral biases, or they can they impacted on their decision, so they can get an idea and try to avoid this biases. So this on the this basis, if you're some individual investor reading your paper, so they get an idea about the biases and try to avoid in the further decision. So this is the implication part. I'm given some an example, that is implication part. As per your study, you should include that part in, or you should include this implication part in your research article. And the last one, and not note, that is reference article. Reference should be, it is, there is no limitations of that reference, how many numbers of reference should be included, because there is no limitation. You should include how many reference. If you are taken any from any news article, or if you are taken anything from any blog, you should give the reference and the proper in the proper format also. Now come to the decide the author, order of the author and co-author. If you are writing a paper, because now everyone asking for the paper and everyone putting the effort, because but we have the limited you have the limited limitations due to the our constraint due to the time and so many things. So in the study, so many authors and co-author involved. So always be those having the primary idea should have the first author, and second is the co-author are those helpful to arranging your to do your literature review, or to or for or the analysis part they are taking care need to give that. In the second is the co-author, or if anyone added just a move for your sake of because you want to distribute the publication expense with the someone else, and so this author is called the gift author. So always be name this author at the end of that is the author, co-author, and the gift authors. Okay. Now come to the, that is a part of the research. How your path of research is going to be started. First, LR. When you start LR, you confine what are the concept are behind your study. Conceptual part are, because if you are doing the motivation, so what are the motivation theory are the conceptual part. So before that is first part of LR is the, you have to be should understand or identify the conceptual part, conceptual behind your study. That is the first part of LR. Then LR2, that means when you are doing the LR, because LR is not a single time process, it is a continuous process up to jab tak, whenever your publication where paper is not completed and sent for publications, up to that your LR is going to be held. So that is LR. When you are then again you start the literature review, then you have to identify the which type of analysis are done by the previous author, or how could you differentiate, how could you can make differentiate, you can understand by the LR only. Then a research model, you can identify the what are the that I told earlier, that is independent variables. Which are the independent variables are going to be take part in your study, more than 1, 2, 3, whatever. That is research model, which on the propose on the basis of LR you can propose your research model. Then LR4 are basically giving the how to conduct the data from the who will be your respondent, They are male, female, educated, literate, illiterate, professional, businessman, or whatever. So that is this all answer you got from the other part. Accordingly, you can find the research gap, or you can design your research work on the basis of that research gap. Now, this blue smiley is you. Means you are starting in journey, or this is the topic formulation which means you are just approaching to the topic of the research. Now, this is the smiley is another some other author. They are already done the something. So you get the some idea to formulate. Means other author also doing on the some research on this particular topic. So you can get some idea from the author also, but don't copy and don't copy the idea of other authors. Just take an idea from the other author, or on the basis that you are able to finalize your topic of research. Your research should have always be adding something new that is already existing one. If your research is just monotonous, if you're just doing a research that is not, I think, unique or not any something new in the previous one, that is no relevance, and these are not going to be published, not going to be sublected any reputed journal. Testing the relevance of existing theory or concept. Always be, I am telling, because you have to be identify the relevance of your study, and the because here that questionnaire you are taking, and on the basis of that questionnaire you are going to be collect the data is there. You should validate that questionnaire. You should validate your questionnaire. You should validate the your model. This all things you should done. Uh, if your study is empirical one. Redefining the existing or make comparison. Always be if you are just uh, prepare a topic, then don't be stop on that. You have to be redefine existing or make the comparison. Always be compare. Then you come up with a new idea, come up with a new title that is more significant and that is useful. Exploring the new to achieve the same goal. Exploring always be if your goal are same, but don't stop exploring the new things. So you always be stop explore the new things that is happening in that particular area. In this, so what is the new articles are written on that author are writing and publishing, to just exploring. Don't stop the exploring the new to achieve the same goal. Now, what are the things you don't need to be don't do? What are the things that is first? The already I thought plagiarism is very unethical. If you if try to avoid the plagiarism is means you are don't copy and paste the content of any previous study. Just copy and paste in your study. Just don't do these things, because plagiarism is an ethical issue. Ethical issue. If your paper article found a more than that is limitation is given more 12%. If your article is not going to be select, and someday some time now it is going to be author are going to be blacklisted also. So don't to be do. So your always be try to before submission try to find the how much similarity index is in your articles, and try to reduce it. What is plagiarism? Means just you are studying the content of other without acknowledgement, or giving the acknowledgement to that particular author. That is called the plagiarism. Step one: how to what are the things you have to do to avoid plagiarism? To avoid, always be plagiarism to on avoid. So how it is going to be avoid? Start writing regularly. When you got an opportunity, or then you start writing, then the result will be not that as per your expectations. So to meet your expectation, you all start writing regularly, one para, two para. Then you're able to be construct a statement and to find a paragraph that is more relevant. So to start writing regularly, regularly read literature article as much you can. Use simple sentence. Don't be use the complicated sentence. Don't be stick. Don't to be try to be figure out about the tenses, which type of things are going to be. Don't be stick on that. Use the very simple sentence in the research writing that and represent your own idea. Always be present your own idea. Rework again. Always I try it because one time your writing is completed and you find ki, yes, this is the final. No, this will be not be final. Before submission, you have to be rework again and again for the final outcome. Now, how to reduce the plagiarism? Plagiarism can be reduced by how the give the proper citations. Always be when you are taking any sentence from any author more than 6 words, try to cite them. Keep the proper citations of that. So always we try to give the citations of that. This doesn't. Someone asked me in the conference, is the citation if in the introduction file I have the more than 25, 50 citations, so is look bad or good? So my answer is that no, proper. If you are not giving the citation, that is bad. If you are giving the citation, if there is a no limitation, how many citations you are giving to in your that is introduction part or any part of your articles. So give the proper citation whenever it required. Only things you have to be keep in mind that is give the citations when it required. Replace by synonyms. If you find any words, if a sentence, if you are writing a own sentence, but you find that is it is got in a plagiarism, it comes into the similarity index, then try to replace the word with the synonyms. Break the sequence. If you're writing a paper, it match with the some already published articles, then try to break the sequence of that particular. If your article more than 6 letters or 6 words are matched with the some published data, that is comes as a similarity index. So try to break the sequence and rewrite the sentence again. Paraphrase sentence by using the paraphrase means you rewrite the read a paper or concept of the some author and try to write in own word, but without citation. It is called the paraphrasing, unethical paraphrasing. But if you are writing in own word and giving the citation, so this is the called the ethical paraphrasing. So you do the always be ethical paraphrasing, that is citation paraphrasing with the citations. Put if your whole one complete 2 or 3 sentence, or you are taking the 2 or 3 sentence from any study, so please underquote, double quote, under the double quotes, put under the double quote with the proper citation. If you are double quote, only double quote is not sufficient, you have to be put the proper citations also. Step 2, that is reduce, how to reduce the plagiarisms. Anything beyond the 10 words must be cited. Means I'm writing here 10 word, so just you can change it to the 6 word. If you are anything beyond 6 word must be cited. Double quote anything more than 39 words or any definition with the citations. If you are taking any definition, so you should keep that definition in the double quote and keep the proper citation also. More than 40 word sentence must be 5 space indent from the left side. Means if you are taking the whole, so you have to write the word in the block format, that is my 5 space indent from the left side. And if you are for quotations more than 4 line or sentence, place the quotation start from a new line in a freestanding block intending half-inch indented from both sides. Means that particular block are just standing in between the that page. Means intended half-inch intended from the left and half-inch intended from the right side also, and double spacing. You should have the double spacing in that particular block also. In this way, and give the citation also. In this way, you can reduce the plagiarisms in your articles. And now in the RN and research methodology and analysis part, sometime we saw that our tables are caught in the similarity index. Our whole tables are, so always avoid to After completing what the author are doing, what are the most people are what they are doing. After completing the analysis part, you just they copy the tables from the spaces and paste into your articles. Don't do this. Always be try to copy into the Excel sheet and just change the table as per your means. You put something about matlab, yourself, that is table is as per your means you don't copy and paste the outcome of the SPSS or anything on your and report in your article. So never copy and paste tables from the SPSS or MS Excel and report in your article. Always be do something and change the row. Change the row means just shuffle the row and anything you can change, make it presentable. Copy the content of finding and tablet in your own way and interpretation in your own way. Always we try to interpret the result that is finding in your own words. That is the in this way you can reduce the plagiarism in the research methodology part and the analysis part. Now, now because we are moving toward the already these are the things we have kept in mind to for research writing. Now, when you select a title, so then how you can do the justice with that particular topic. Then these 5 questions you should ask with this related to the particular topic. Why did you choose the topic? What interests you about to? Do you have any opinion about the issue involved? And who are the information provided on this topic? Means all these 5 questions. Why did you choose the topic? Who are the information provided on the topic? What is the major question for the topic? Is there a debate about the topic? Are there a range of issues and viewpoint of the consider? Where is your topic important? At the local level, at the national level, international level, where it is important? For the company, for the government, for the society, for the where it is important. When is your topic is was your topic is important? It's a current event, it is a past historical case events, or is upcoming. You are writing about the upcoming events. So these are every 5 questions you should have the answer in yes only. If the first question you have the answer in yes, second question who are the information provided, you have the answer yes, then you have to be proceed to on that particular topic, because these all are the pre things, the pre study before writing the paper. Because um, so authors are basically not doing this much, that much the rejection ratios are very high in India. But in other abroad countries, these all things are where normally authors and the scholar are taking the very baby steps to write their papers, and their selection ratio in the abroad companies are very high, because they know how to be start a topic, how to select a paper, a topic, how they are designing a paper, how to analyze, and why these tools are important in that, how to report in this paper, in this all thing, how to they write the implication, how they write the conclusion, this all answer they have. Then they start a paper and submit. So now, obvious the paper will got select. Now, I'm giving an examples how the research question you have to be formulate a research question, output it map with your entire step. So this is the research questions mapping. I'm going to give the, because it is very important, because quality of research depends ki is your all the research questions map with your study or not. Because so many authors are don't start with their study with by formulating the objectives only, but no. So no, yes, I'm giving the example. My example is, I am taking an example of my study and assessment of impact of mentorship program on the performance of students. Just I'm taking an example. This is just a hypothetical example. So my topic is the assessment on assessment on impact of the mentorship program on the performance of student. So what is the here? The mentorship is the independent variables and the performance of the students are the dependent variable. Yani my study is the empirical study. Now, according to my study, I have to be formulate the objective also. So what the objective is? So most of the author do they start writing the objective. So what are the my objectives are to study the impact communication of mentor, because I am on the mentorship. Basically, what the mentor do in their mentoring program. So they communicate with the student, they give the support to the student, they lead the student, because the mentor have the so many qualities. On the basis of that, they conduct the mentoring program, and on the basis of that, student performance may impact. So here I am, by literature review, I selected the two variables, that is two factors, that is communication and the support provided by the mentor. So the study, so accordingly, I prepare the objective of the study to study the impact communication of mentor on performance of mentee, to study the impact of support provided by the mentor on the performance of mentee. So then, on the basis of that, you come to know that there is a communication and the support. These are the two independent variables, or we are going to be assess the impact of communication on the performance or impact of support on the performance. To compare the relations of the communication support with the performance, is any relationship between the communication support and the performance? So I want to know this thing, because the communication is one of the independent variables, support is another independent variable, performance is dependent variable. So I want to know, is any relationship exists between there? So I want to know that. That's why I write this objective, to study and analyze whether the performance of mentee differ with the reference to their demographic profile. Means I want to know, is the performance of mentee differ by their gender? If male is showing the different performance and female is showing difference, so I want to know this demographic variables, demographic profile, that is gender is playing any important role in it, is impacting the performance of mentee. That I want to know. Accordingly, I write a fourth objective of the study, and the fifth, to give suggestion to robust mentoring program for student development. That is the fifth part is basically a suggestion part, to give the suggestion to robust manner, because mentorship program is very essential element nowadays in academic institutions, or how could they make their mentoring program very robust and effective for the student development. So these are the basically objective of the study. Now come to the according to this objective, I formulate these three hypotheses. So what are the this is the my null hypothesis for the study. There is a no significant relations between the communication support on the self, because performance is not a performance can be I am taken a scale that is already valid scale, or valid scale means performance is measured. Performance is, that is self-efficacy scales I am taken, that is already proven by the some author. So that is, I'm just taken that self-efficacy table to measure the performance. So that's why self-efficacy means performance. So there is a no significant relation between the communication and support on the self-efficacy. That is the first my null hypothesis. Second one is there is a no significant difference of performance with reference to the gender. That is it, mapping with my objective also. There is a no significant difference of communication support and self-efficacy with reference to gender. I want to know, is there any significant difference between the communication support and the self-efficacy with reference to gender. So these are the three I formulate these three null hypotheses that I'm going to be do in my that is I'm going to be testing my study. Now this is the my mapping part. Here you can see okay. Now you can see these are the research question in my mind. I don't write to record this research question in anywhere in my study, but because I am doing a research, I know my research very well. So then these questions in my mind only. So what are the questions in my mind? What I mean by the mentorship? What is the mentorship program? So because I am for getting the answer of this, I gone through with the literature review and come up with the answer ki what is the mentorship program and who are the mentor, who are the mentor, academician, faculty, teacher, manager, who are the mentor. So this answer I got from the literature review. I got out these things I reported in the introduction part. What are the benefit of the mentorship program and the scope of it? If a mentorship program is opted by any institutions or or the academic institution or university, is any scope? What the scope it have? So that is all those things. All this map in the introduction part. Now, say, next question I have in my end: what is the role of mentor and mentee in mentorship program? So that is role of mentor and mentee means mentor and mentee have a, what is the role of mentor and mentee in the mentorship program? So this is the means here I'm doing the want to know the answer of these questions by the literature review. So this is the questions I mapped in the literature. Is any difference can be developed on performance of student? Means is any difference can be developed on performance of a student? That is performance of students can differ, means male are performing more, or the school students are performing more, or the that is on the basis of that I can target my audience. Means I can find the respondent who will be the my respondent for my study. I can find this answer by the literature review only. Next question is key area in which mentoring can help to improve student performance. Example, so I find the answer in the form of the communication, support, leadership, motivation. These are the key areas where mentor help to improve. Means by mentoring, by proper communication, by proper giving the proper support, by giving the proper leadership, by giving the proper motivation, the student performance can be impacted. So these factors, how I come of these factors are the a key area of the mentoring program. So that's key areas I can identify by the literature review only. Because I can't be select, I can't be get any new. I have any idea ki is communication is the communication will be the key areas of the matrix. So I should validate my answer by the research. If in the communication, in someone reported in their study communication and mentoring, they have the show the relationship between the communication relation, then can I pick the communication for my study? Because without validation, I can't pick any variables for my study. So validation is very important, or how could validate by the previous study only. Now, does mentoring improve academic performance of the student? Yeah, this is showing the relationship between the finding of variables or factors. It is the basically on the basis of literature review, you can find the variable. That is, I found the two variables, that is communication and the support. Now, is any relationship between the communication support of mentor with performance of a student? So now is I'm going to be test, is to be going to be, is any difference? Then is this hypothesis. I'm here is the formulation of hypothesis and it is testing. Because I want to know that is any significant difference between the communication support and the self-efficacy. That means it's showing the I'm going to be a regression analysis. I'm conducting the regression analysis to check this where they are correlated with each other or not. And next is effective support by the mentor improve student performance. That is also a part of hypothesis. It is also a part of hypothesis. Now we'll come to the next one. That is is there any significant difference of communication with the relation to gender? This is also the data analysis. Here we can conduct the t-test because it is not showing in, I think you are able to see the whole, my pointer up to 9. Is all you are able to see? Please confirm me. Not,
Yes, ma'am.
no. Yes. All the 5 points are showing.
Yes, ma'am. We are able to see the sixth point also, ma'am.
Okay. 6. Okay. The next point is there is any significant difference of communication with the reference to gender? It is I'm going to, because I'm communication is the categorical variables, and that is only 2 category, and performance have the I'm as taking the data in the Likert scale, that is the metric and non-metric. So here I can conduct the t-test. Is there any significant difference between the support with the reference to gender? This question I answer with the data analysis part in the t-test format. Is there any significant difference of self-efficacy with respect to gender? Here also we can conduct the test. So on the proper mapping with the research questions with their entire study, you come up with the what is you come up with the literature review, model validation, validation of your questionnaire, what the analysis you are going to be conduct in the particular to test the particular hypothesis. This all answer you come up by the by this. So all before proceeding to the write a paper, you must formulate the more than 10-20 questions regarding that particular topic, or when you are able to give the answer of all questions, now you start writing, and your article are going to be publications writing. Okay, now next is the how you are going to be select. Now our we are already conducting the research questions and map. You write a paper because already some expert are deal on this section ki how to conduct the analysis in your research part, research data that already taken by someone. So that is I'm not giving much emphasis on that particular topic. I am moving to the how the selection of channel, how you're going to be selected the channel, because someone what the approach are basically author are doing, they start writing the paper without any searching the correct journal. They start then after completion of the paper they start searching the correct journal. This is not the right approach. What is the right approach? You first search the journal, target a journal, and according to read the scope of that particular journal, because every journal, or you can find the list of this journal from the Scopus website or the UGCK website. Easily you can this list of the journal. Try to go to that website of that particular journal, read the scope of that particular journal. Means what the scope means, is they are dealing with the marketing, if they are dealing with the finance paper, is they are dealing with the economics paper, is they are dealing with the science paper, is they are dealing with the engineering paper, this, or they are dealing with which type, because some every journals are particular for their scopes are particular. So you have to be read the particular scope of the journal and find the appropriate journal for your study. Then you when you target a journal accordingly, so you target journal. Now what the next you now you have to be find the answer. Is your journal, select that journal that you target, that journal is correct for your publications or not. So how you could find put the answer of this? You check the impact factor. You could check the which journal is are listed in the Scopus index or the science index or a BDC, where it is showing go to that particular index, Scopus, Web Science or the ABDC, and find that is journal is reflecting there or not. So please double check it. Then after confirmation, you start writing. Then so that is the impact factor. Now next point you have to be should take care the acceptance and rejection rate of that particular. If your journal belongs to the ABTC A category, their rejection rate are very high because it is very high quality journal. Similarly, in the Q1 category of the Scopus are have the very low acceptance rate. So that means you don't, if you are very primary in the field of this writing, research writing, so don't approach this high quality journal. You approach to the first to the that journal. They have the open access and good impact factor. Okay, so that is you can select the journal for that. Average time for publication, this you have to take care. Average time for acceptance and rejection, and manuscript processing fee, how much it is involved. So on the basis of that, you can select the proper appropriate journal for your articles. Then selection the specific area of the journal, the aim and scope of the journal, the type of manuscript script you have written or going to be written, the significance of your work, the reputation of the journal, the reputation of the editor within the community, the editor review and production speed of the journal, the community reviews, served by the journal, the coverage and distribution, the accessibility. Is the your journal is open access or the closed access? Please do confine and confirm it is, and then after that you can select a journal. These are the books then you can refer to conduct your research in a proper format. Naval Bajpayee Business Research Method books by the Naval Bajpayee, Marketing Research by the Naresh Malhotra. These are the books are very important. Please read for conducting before writing a paper. This would help you a lot for writing a good research paper that could be publications ready. This is the end of my sessions. Anyone have any queries? Then ask. You can ask me.
The session is open
And
for discussion now. You can unmute and interact with the resource person, or you can unmute and interact with the resource person, or you can post your questions in the chat box. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
thank you, participant, for patience learning. I think I hope I did some input, also some knowledge for your. So I did some knowledge for your prior study. So that is thank you for patience learning.
Ma'am, what is the difference between null hypothesis and hypothesis?
A null hypothesis basically means null hypothesis is a sentence that is assumption that are going to be checked. Basically, null hypothesis always be written in the negative format. That's why it is called the null hypothesis. Or actually, you are going to be check the alternate hypothesis. When most of the study nowadays in the prior, most of report the null hypothesis. But nowadays, if you are going to say in nowadays, the author are reporting the alternate hypothesis in place of null hypothesis. So you can report the alternate hypothesis also, or it is a positive sentence, because there is a, if I'm writing in this way, is any the significant difference? There is no significant difference between the any. That is no word is that is null hypothesis. Or if I'm writing a significant difference, means always you try to find out there is no significant difference. That's why null hypothesis are reported in the paper.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other queries?
Any more queries? Thank you so much, everyone.
Any queries? You can post it in chat box also. I'll read it to ma'am.
Ma'am, may I ask a question?
Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, Tapti.
Yeah, ma'am. I just wanted to know if somebody else has done research on, I mean, using quantitative data with quantitative data. So, can I do that same research with qualitative data? Is it possible like that?
Give me some example. How could be?
I'll take my own example. Like during my MEd, I had done a qualitative research on my topic was perception of discipline among the junior college students. So this was a qualitative research. Can somebody else work on it using the quantitative data? So maybe some other method or other sample.
No, you can
or
also
some...
take you can take the same topic also, because your time of the study are changed, because your time of study is now changed. Even the respondent all are changed also, research areas change. So you can take the same topic, because gap is what your study are changed. The in between the COVID, that pandemic is gone now, so that is the most difference. You can see the difference in the pre-COVID and the post-COVID. You can see the difference. So now you can take the same topic and you can study. How could you say this is the qualitative study if you are taking the data in the Likert scale? And Likert scale is the number, because Likert scale have the 10 if you are giving the options in the satisfy, highly satisfied, then satisfied, then neutral, that is you are giving the number to that. This is also a quantitative research. Who said it is a qualitative research? Because you are taking the option, taking the opinion of the respondent in the number format. That is, it is quantitative research also. Okay, so you can go, because gap is here, gap in your study is the period is different. You can take the same topic or conduct your research. There is no problem.
Any other questions? I think there are no more questions, ma'am. Shall we wind up, ma'am?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
On
Thank you
behalf
so
of
much.
IoT, yes, ma'am. On behalf of IoT Academy, we thank Dr. Sadhna, ma'am, for the informative, interesting, enlightening, and enriching session. We thank you once again for the amazing presentation, ma'am, and we thank you for enhancing our knowledge of the commendable presentation, ma'am. We thank you very much for your efforts.
Thank you so much, IoT Academy. Thank you so much to giving the such a nice opportunity to interact with the all the faculty member over here and the scholar also. Thank you so much, IoT.
Thank you, ma'am. It was an amazing session, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I thank all the participants for joining the session today. Kindly submit the feedback form using the link that has been posted in the chat box. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Can I leave, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, you can leave, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much.